Have you ever felt invisible in a room full of people, as if no matter what you say or do, your presence goes unnoticed? Or perhaps in your career, you work tirelessly, yet recognition always seems to evade you. Maybe in personal relationships, you long to create deeper, more meaningful connections, but struggle to inspire trust and admiration. These challenges can leave us feeling frustrated and disconnected, as if we're missing a secret ingredient that others seem to possess effortlessly. Here's the truth. Being magnetic is not about luck, looks, or superficial charm. It's about cultivating a set of timeless traits that draw people toward you naturally. These traits, drawn from the ancient wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, are proven principles for living a life of influence, purpose, and connection. They form the foundation of true magnetism, a quiet strength that leaves an enduring impression in every interaction. In this video, we'll explore 11 powerful traits that elevate your presence, boost your confidence, and inspire others. Each one has the potential to transform the way you lead, work, and build relationships. Stay focused, take notes, and don't miss a single part. This could be the key to unlocking the magnetic power already within you. 1. Radical authenticity. In a world driven by appearances and performance, authenticity has become a rare and magnetic trait. Radical authenticity means living in alignment with your true values, unapologetically. It's not about perfection, but about consistency and courage in embracing who you truly are. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." Meditations, Book 3. Consider this scenario. You're part of a team discussion, and a colleague proposes an idea that aligns with your values but contradicts the majority opinion. While others hesitate, you voice your support respectfully. This act might not win immediate popularity, but it earns trust and respect. People admire those who have the courage to be authentic, even when it's uncomfortable. But authenticity isn't limited to grand moments. Imagine you're at a dinner with friends and a joke is made at someone's expense. Instead of laughing along, you gently redirect the conversation. These small acts show alignment between your values and actions, cultivating a presence others can trust and admire. Radical authenticity also creates freedom in personal relationships. Picture a close friend who never hides their struggles. They admit their mistakes, celebrate their quirks, and remain consistent in their values. Doesn't that kind of person make you feel safe and inspired to do the same? Their realness builds connections based on trust, not performance. To cultivate radical authenticity, start with self-awareness. Identify areas in your life where you feel misaligned, perhaps in friendships, work, or self-perception. Commit to small, authentic actions, sharing your honest thoughts in a meeting, setting a boundary, or expressing vulnerability with a loved one. Over time, these steps reinforce your magnetic presence. Rejection is an inevitable part of authenticity, but it's also a source of growth. As Epictetus wrote, "If you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in extraneous matters." Discourses, Book 4. Accepting that not everyone will approve of you frees you to live authentically without fear of judgment. Living authentically isn't about oversharing or acting impulsively. It's about being consistent, aligning your actions with your values. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Meditations, Book 3. When you live authentically, your presence exudes integrity and strength, drawing others to you naturally. As you embrace radical authenticity, ask yourself, when was the last time I acted in alignment with my values, even when it was hard? How can I take one step closer to living my truth today? By practicing this trait, you not only unlock your own freedom, but inspire others to do the same. True magnetism lies in being unapologetically real, because people aren't drawn to perfection, they're drawn to authenticity. 2. Empathy in action, the bridge to human connection. Empathy is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships and a key ingredient of personal magnetism. To be truly magnetic, you must go beyond understanding others. You must act on that understanding with intention and care. Empathy in action transforms passive awareness into meaningful connections that inspire trust, loyalty, and admiration. As Epictetus advised, first, learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Discourses, Book 2. Empathy demands that we listen not just with our ears, but with our hearts, and respond in ways that resonate deeply with others. Consider a simple scenario. A co-worker looks visibly upset, but no one asks them what's wrong. Most people are too caught up in their own tasks or hesitant to intrude. But a truly empathetic individual notices their discomfort and takes a moment to ask, "Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it?" This small act of compassion can make an enormous difference. It shows the other person that they are seen, valued, and cared for. It's not just about offering solutions. It's about making space for their feelings. Empathy in action also plays a pivotal role in resolving conflicts. Think about a heated disagreement with a friend or family member. Instead of jumping to defend your perspective, imagine pausing and asking yourself, what might they be feeling right now? What experiences are shaping their response? This mental shift doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but it allows you to respond with understanding rather than hostility. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever someone has done wrong by you, immediately consider what notion of good or evil they had that made them do it. When you see that, you'll feel compassion." Meditations, Book 7. Empathy isn't only about grand gestures, it shines in everyday interactions. Imagine standing in a long line at a coffee shop when someone in front of you is fumbling to find their wallet. Instead of growing impatient, you offer a reassuring smile or even pay for their coffee if they're struggling. These small moments of kindness ripple outward, creating an atmosphere of goodwill and warmth. Empathy makes you magnetic because it demonstrates that you are present, attentive, and willing to extend yourself for others. But how do you cultivate empathy in action? Start by practicing active listening. The next time someone shares something with you, resist the urge to interrupt, offer advice, or turn the conversation toward yourself. Instead, focus entirely on what they're saying, and when they finish, respond with something like, "That sounds really difficult. How can I support you?" This not only validates their feelings, but also builds trust and deepens your connection. Empathy also requires self-awareness. If you're overwhelmed or stressed, it's harder to tune in to others. Take care of your own emotional needs so you can show up fully for those around you. As Seneca reminds us, no one can give what they do not have. Letters to Lucilius, Letter 2. Empathy in action is transformative. It's the trait that allows you to move from merely existing alongside others to truly connecting with them. It fosters bonds that are authentic, enduring, and deeply fulfilling. Imagine the ripple effect if everyone acted with just a bit more empathy each day. How much more compassionate would our world become? As we dive further into these magnetic traits, stay with us. The next principle will reveal how laughter and lightheartedness can elevate your presence even more. Don't miss it. Each trait builds on the last, creating a complete picture of true magnetism. 3. Thoughtful humor. Humor, when used thoughtfully, is a powerful tool that fosters connection, diffuses tension, and makes your presence unforgettable. Thoughtful humor is not about being a comedian. It's about knowing how to bring lightness into difficult moments, or creating bonds through shared laughter without causing harm or discomfort. The Stoics, often perceived as serious philosophers, understood the value of perspective and humor in navigating life's complexities. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Meditations, Book 6. Humor helps us reclaim that inner strength by shifting our mindset and finding levity in life's challenges. Consider a typical work scenario. During a stressful team meeting about a delayed project, tensions are running high. A colleague lightly jokes, "At least we're not building a spaceship. Imagine explaining this delay to astronauts stuck in orbit." The remark draws chuckles, lightens the mood, and reminds everyone of the bigger picture. This isn't humor for the sake of laughter, but a calculated effort to reframe the situation, helping the team focus on solutions instead of frustrations. Thoughtful humor is also deeply personal. Imagine attending a family dinner where differences in opinion threaten to escalate into arguments. Instead of taking sides, someone says with a smile, "Let's agree that no one will ever agree on how to cook the perfect turkey." The remark is simple yet effective, gently steering the conversation away from potential conflict. Why is thoughtful humor so magnetic? It demonstrates emotional intelligence. The ability to read a room, sense tension, and insert humor at the right moment showcases self-awareness and care for others. Humor used thoughtfully makes people feel seen and understood. It bridges gaps in communication, turning potentially awkward or divisive moments into opportunities for connection. But let us pause and reflect. How often do you use humor to uplift rather than critique? How many times have we witnessed humor that cuts down rather than builds up? As Seneca wisely advised, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Letters to Lucilius, letter X5. Thoughtful humor is an extension of kindness. U2014. It uplifts, includes, and reassures without diminishing others. Humor, however, must be wielded carefully. Inappropriate jokes, sarcasm, or humor at someone else's expense can erode trust and alienate people. For instance, a leader mocking a team member's error during a meeting may provoke laughter but damages morale. Contrast this with a leader who turns a personal mistake into a light-hearted anecdote. By laughing at their own misstep, they make the atmosphere more forgiving and encourage resilience in the team. To cultivate thoughtful humor, start by observing the humor that resonates most with those around you. Practice reframing everyday frustrations into moments of levity. For example, when stuck in traffic with a friend, instead of complaining, you might say, "At least we're getting a masterclass in patience." Small, thoughtful remarks like these create warmth and connection. In Stoicism, humor is not an escape from life's difficulties, but a tool to confront them with grace. As Epictetus remarked, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Enchiridion, chapter 5. Humor is one of the most human and heartfelt ways to shape our reactions. Thoughtful humor is a subtle yet profound form of magnetism. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room, but about using your wit to bring people closer and foster harmony. Reflect on how you can integrate more humor into your daily interactions, not to impress, but to connect. And as we continue to explore these magnetic traits, remember, every shared laugh is a step toward building deeper, more meaningful relationships. 4. Resilient optimism. Optimism is often misunderstood as blind cheerfulness, but resilient optimism is far deeper. It's the quiet strength to see light amidst the shadows, to face life's trials with steady resolve, and to inspire others with your perspective. It is optimism rooted in reality, a deliberate choice to embrace life's dualities without losing hope. As Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Letters to Lucilius, letter XCC. Resilient optimism transforms difficulties into stepping stones, illuminating paths forward when others see only dead ends. Picture this. A team at work just received news that a major project was rejected by a client after months of effort. Disheartened faces fill the room. Then one member speaks up. "This didn't go as planned, but think about how much we've learned. Let's regroup, refine, and try again." This reframing doesn't ignore the setback, but injects a sense of purpose and possibility, reigniting the team's energy. Resilient optimism isn't naivety. It acknowledges challenges while refusing to let them define the narrative. Imagine a mother juggling a demanding job and a sick child at home. Her optimism doesn't erase the stress, but her ability to focus on moments of gratitude, like a shared laugh with her child or support from a friend, sustains her through the chaos. How often do we dwell on setbacks, magnifying their weight? What if, instead, we asked ourselves, what can I control? What lesson can I draw from this? Resilient optimism thrives on such questions. It aligns with Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Meditations, Book 13. By focusing on our inner responses, we reclaim agency even in the face of external adversity. Resilient optimism also nurtures relationships. Think of a friend who, despite their struggles, listens to your troubles with patience and care, offering words of encouragement. Their optimism is not loud or forced. It's a calm assurance that better days lie ahead. This quiet strength makes them magnetic, a source of solace and inspiration. To cultivate resilient optimism, practice gratitude daily. Write down 3 things, however small, that went well. When challenges arise, consciously look for the silver lining. Did a rejection lead to unexpected opportunities? Did a failure teach you resilience? Over time, this habit rewires your mind to find growth even in setbacks. Humor is also a powerful tool for optimism. As Epictetus advised, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Enchiridion, Chapter 5. Sharing a light-hearted observation in a tough moment doesn't diminish its seriousness, but shows your ability to rise above it. Resilient optimism is magnetic because it instills hope, not through denial, but through unwavering resolve. It reminds us that while we cannot control life's events, we can shape our responses. As you reflect on this trait, ask yourself, how can I become a source of resilience and optimism for those around me? And as we continue this journey, remember, your ability to uplift begins with the strength you cultivate within. 5. Quiet confidence. Confidence often conjures images of boldness and charisma, yet quiet confidence is far more profound and enduring. It's the calm assurance that stems from knowing your worth without needing external validation. This type of confidence doesn't shout for attention. It speaks softly yet powerfully through actions, presence, and integrity. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, it never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Meditations, Book 13. Quiet confidence liberates you from this paradox, grounding you in self-respect. Imagine you're attending a meeting where a discussion grows heated. Amid the clamor, someone speaks deliberately and thoughtfully, offering a balanced perspective. They don't dominate the room, but command attention through clarity and composure. That's the essence of quiet confidence. It isn't about being the loudest voice, but the most centered presence. Quiet confidence is also deeply magnetic because it creates a sense of stability. Picture a friend who remains composed during a personal setback. Instead of spiraling into self-pity, they calmly assess the situation, adapt, and move forward. Their ability to stay grounded inspires trust and admiration, making them a source of reassurance in challenging times. This inner strength often grows from self-awareness. When you understand your strengths and accept your limitations, you stop seeking approval from others and begin to act authentically. Epictetus emphasized this in discourses: know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. Discourses, Book 3. Quiet confidence flourishes when you embrace your individuality, free from the pressure to conform or compete. To cultivate quiet confidence, start with small but meaningful steps. Stand tall, maintain steady eye contact, and speak with intention. Pay attention to your self-talk. Replace self-doubt with affirmations of your worth and capability. Reflect on your past achievements, no matter how small, to build a reservoir of internal assurance. Another hallmark of quiet confidence is the ability to handle criticism gracefully. Consider a colleague who receives feedback during a review. Instead of reacting defensively, they listen carefully, acknowledge valid points, and use the input to grow. Their response isn't rooted in insecurity, but in a willingness to improve, a reflection of their inner strength. Quiet confidence also manifests in how you treat others. Truly confident people don't feel the need to diminish others to elevate themselves. Instead, they lift others up, creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and collaboration. Imagine a mentor who encourages their team to shine, celebrating their successes without jealousy. Their quiet confidence allows them to focus on collective growth rather than personal validation. As you reflect on quiet confidence, ask yourself, what anchors me when I feel uncertain? How can I cultivate a sense of assurance that doesn't rely on others' opinions? Quiet confidence isn't about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about moving forward despite them, grounded in the knowledge of your intrinsic worth. This trait, when nurtured, makes you magnetic because it conveys both strength and approachability. As we explore the next trait, remember, confidence isn't always loud. Sometimes, the most powerful presence is the one that simply stands firm, steady, and self-assured. 6. Adaptability and creativity. In an ever-changing world, adaptability and creativity are not just survival skills, they are qualities that make you magnetic. These traits allow you to embrace change with grace and inspire those around you to see possibilities where others see obstacles. As Epictetus wrote, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." Enchiridion, Chapter 18. By adapting to life's twists and turns, you become a beacon of resilience and innovation. Imagine this scenario: your team at work faces an unexpected challenge. A key client cancels a project last minute. While others scramble in frustration, one colleague calmly says, "What if we repurpose this idea for another audience? Let's brainstorm ways to make it even better." Their flexibility not only turns the setback into an opportunity, but also energizes the team to think creatively. This ability to pivot under pressure is magnetic because it inspires confidence and optimism in those around you. Creativity amplifies adaptability by opening your mind to new solutions. Think of a parent whose weekend plans are ruined by unexpected rain. Instead of dwelling on disappointment, they transform the living room into a campsite with blankets, fairy lights, and a makeshift fire pit. The children remember the experience not as a ruined outing, but as an unforgettable adventure. This simple act of creativity shows how adaptable thinking creates joy and connection, even in adversity. Adaptability and creativity also help in relationships. Imagine a close friend navigating a sudden career change. Instead of offering cliches, you suggest brainstorming their strengths and exploring new industries they might enjoy. Your willingness to think outside the box fosters trust and deepens your bond. Adaptable, creative individuals are magnetic because they inspire others to see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. But how can you develop these traits? Start by practicing mindfulness. Pay attention to how you react to unexpected situations. Do you resist change or lean into it? When faced with a problem, challenge yourself to brainstorm 3 alternative solutions. Over time, this mental flexibility becomes second nature. Creativity also thrives in curiosity. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "Look beneath the surface. Let not the several quality of a thing nor its worth escape you." Meditations, Book 6. Cultivate the habit of asking, "What if?" or "How else could this work?" Explore new hobbies, read diverse genres, or engage in discussions with people who have different perspectives. These activities broaden your thinking and make you more adaptable. True adaptability also requires humility, the willingness to admit when something isn't working and change course. Imagine an entrepreneur who recognizes their original business plan isn't gaining traction. Instead of clinging to it, they pivot to meet market demands, ultimately finding success. This ability to embrace change without ego reflects a resilient and creative mindset. Adaptability and creativity make you magnetic because they project resourcefulness, positivity, and resilience. They show others that no matter what life throws at you, you'll find a way to thrive and help them thrive too. As you reflect on this trait, ask yourself, how can I view change as an opportunity rather than a threat? And as we move to the next trait, remember, the most magnetic people are not those who resist change, but those who transform it into something extraordinary. 7. Integrity as a guiding principle. Integrity is the quiet force that draws people to you and earns their unwavering trust. It's not about grand declarations of virtue, but the consistency between your values, words, and actions. Living with integrity means doing what is right, even when no one is watching. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Meditations, Book 2. This steadfast alignment with truth and principle forms the foundation of a truly magnetic personality. Picture this. You've made a mistake at work. A report was submitted late due to an oversight. Instead of making excuses or shifting blame, you take responsibility, admit the error, and propose a solution. Your colleagues may not celebrate the mistake, but they respect your honesty and willingness to make amends. This act of integrity solidifies your credibility and fosters an atmosphere of mutual trust. Integrity also manifests in smaller, everyday actions. Think about a friend who, despite a busy schedule, consistently honors their commitments. They don't promise what they can't deliver, and their word holds weight. Isn't that the kind of person you naturally admire and want to emulate? Their reliability is magnetic because it conveys respect for both themselves and others. But integrity is not always easy. There will be moments when the easier path seems tempting, like exaggerating achievements to gain recognition or cutting corners to save time. Yet these choices often come at the cost of self-respect. Seneca wisely observed, "A good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness." Letters to Lucilius, Letter 17. Living with integrity ensures peace of mind, allowing you to walk through life with confidence and clarity. In relationships, integrity builds unshakable bonds. Imagine a couple navigating a disagreement. Instead of resorting to manipulation or avoiding the issue, one partner calmly expresses their feelings while listening to the other's perspective. Their integrity lies in prioritizing honesty and mutual respect over winning the argument. This approach strengthens the relationship and fosters deeper understanding. To cultivate integrity, begin by reflecting on your values. What principles guide your decisions? Write them down and consider how they align with your daily actions. The next time you face a moral dilemma, pause and ask yourself, what choice reflects my true character? This mindfulness helps you act in ways that reinforce your integrity. Integrity also requires humility, the willingness to admit when you've strayed from your principles. Imagine a leader who realizes their recent decision negatively impacted their team. Instead of defending the misstep, they apologize and commit to doing better. This humility enhances their integrity, showing that they value accountability over ego. Living with integrity doesn't mean perfection. It means striving for consistency and learning from your mistakes. It creates an inner strength that radiates outward, making you magnetic to those who value authenticity and trust. As you reflect on this trait, ask yourself, how can I better align my actions with my values today? And as we move forward, remember, integrity is not just a principle, it's a way of life that anchors you in truth and inspires others to follow your example. 8. The art of inspiration. True magnetism lies not in commanding attention, but in inspiring others to rise alongside you. The art of inspiration is the ability to uplift through your actions, resilience, and belief in the potential of those around you. It's not about grand speeches, but subtle, consistent gestures that empower others to strive for their best. Consider this. In a workplace setting, a leader faces a crisis, a major project is failing, and morale is low. Instead of placing blame or giving up, the leader reassures the team, takes responsibility, and focuses on solutions. By maintaining composure and optimism, they inspire the team to regroup and press forward. This quiet strength speaks louder than words and leaves a lasting impression of stability and purpose. Inspiration isn't confined to extraordinary moments. Imagine a friend training for a marathon, pushing through setbacks and sharing their progress with humility. Their determination sparks something in you, perhaps to pursue a long-forgotten goal or take on a new challenge. It's not their words, but their perseverance that makes you believe, if they can do it, so can I. Another example, think of a teacher in a small, underfunded school. Despite limited resources, they go above and beyond to encourage their students, staying after hours to mentor, finding creative ways to make lessons engaging, and believing fiercely in every student's potential. Years later, students look back and remember not just the lessons, but the belief this teacher instilled in them. This is the quiet power of inspiration in action. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Meditations, Book X. Inspiration begins with living authentically and courageously, demonstrating through action what is possible even in the face of adversity. How do we bring this into our lives? Start by identifying your values. What kind of example do you want to set for those around you? Is it kindness, resilience, or dedication? Translate these values into small, meaningful actions. Encourage a colleague who doubts themselves, share a personal story of overcoming a challenge, or even just show up consistently for your loved ones. Inspiration also thrives on vulnerability. People connect with those who share not just their successes, but their struggles. Imagine a mentor who openly discusses their failures and how they learned from them. This transparency humanizes their achievements and makes others believe that success is within reach. Ask yourself, who inspires me and why? How can I embody those same traits in my life? Reflect on your ability to uplift others through your actions. Could you take a moment today to encourage someone who seems down? Could you share a lesson you've learned to help someone facing a similar challenge? The art of inspiration isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity, progress, and showing others that growth is always possible. When you choose to elevate those around you, you create a ripple effect. Your resilience becomes their motivation, your kindness their encouragement, and your journey their hope. Reflect deeply. How will my actions today inspire someone tomorrow? By making this a part of your daily practice, you not only enrich others' lives but solidify your own magnetic presence, a presence that draws people in and leaves them better for having known you. 9. Articulate communication. Words have the power to bridge understanding, foster connection, and inspire change. Articulate communication is not about flowery language or flawless speeches, but about intentional expression, choosing your words thoughtfully to convey clarity and purpose. This skill is magnetic because it makes others feel seen, heard, and valued, creating relationships that thrive on trust and mutual understanding. Imagine a family discussion where tensions are high. One member calmly listens, summarizes everyone's concerns, and suggests a way forward. Their ability to communicate with composure turns a potential conflict into a collaborative moment. This demonstrates how articulate communication builds bridges where walls might otherwise arise. In professional settings, this skill is indispensable. Picture a leader presenting a strategy to a diverse team. They simplify complex ideas for new members while providing detailed insights for experts. Their thoughtful delivery ensures everyone feels included and respected, fostering trust and alignment. But articulate communication isn't limited to words. It also includes tone, timing, and body language. For example, when comforting a grieving friend, a soft tone and genuine presence might matter more than eloquence. Conversely, in a motivational setting, a confident voice and uplifting energy can spark action. The ability to adapt your communication style to the context shows emotional intelligence and increases your magnetism. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius emphasized this idea. Let your words carry meaning and be brief. Say what is necessary and in the right way. Meditations, Book 8. This principle teaches us that effective communication lies in intentionality, speaking only when necessary and always with purpose. Developing articulate communication requires mindful listening. Practice pausing before responding to truly absorb what others are saying. Instead of rushing to offer solutions or opinions, reflect on what they need from you: validation, guidance, or simply an empathetic ear. Another key is clarity. Replace filler words like or like with deliberate pauses. When explaining ideas, focus on structure. Present the main point, support it with examples, and conclude with actionable insights. For instance, if a friend asks for advice on a career decision, outline the pros and cons clearly, offer suggestions based on their values, and encourage them to trust their instincts. Articulate communication also involves practicing vulnerability. Sharing your own challenges and emotions in a measured way can build deeper connections. Imagine discussing a personal failure with a colleague, not to seek pity, but to illustrate how you learned and grew from the experience. This kind of honesty fosters trust and encourages others to open up in return. Ask yourself, How can I make my communication more meaningful today? Whether it's a kind word to a stranger, a thoughtful email to a coworker, or a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, every interaction is an opportunity to practice this skill. Articulate communication isn't about perfection, it's about connection. It's the ability to speak with clarity, listen with empathy, and adapt with grace. When mastered, it not only enriches your relationships but also transforms the way others perceive and value your presence. Let this trait guide your words and actions, making every conversation a step toward greater understanding and connection. 10. Lifelong curiosity. Curiosity is a trait that breathes life into every interaction. Lifelong curiosity isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's about embracing the joy of discovery, the willingness to ask questions, and the courage to explore new perspectives. This insatiable desire to learn makes you magnetic because it radiates energy, openness, and a sense of wonder that draws others in. Imagine meeting someone who listens to your stories with genuine interest, asking thoughtful questions that make you feel valued. Their curiosity is not superficial. They truly want to understand your world. This is the power of lifelong curiosity. It creates connections that are deep, engaging, and unforgettable. In the workplace, curiosity transforms challenges into opportunities. Picture a colleague who, instead of dismissing a failed project, asks, "What went wrong? What can we learn?" Their approach turns setbacks into stepping stones for innovation and inspires the team to view problems through a creative lens. Their curiosity sparks collective growth, making them indispensable. Curiosity also thrives in relationships. Think of a friend who remembers your interests and surprises you with a book recommendation or an invitation to an event aligned with your passions. Their curiosity about your life fosters a sense of closeness and mutual appreciation. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "Look beneath the surface. Let not the several qualities of a thing nor its worth escape you." Meditations, Book 6. Lifelong curiosity embodies this principle, encouraging you to dig deeper into the world and the people around you. Cultivating this trait begins with a mindset shift. Start by asking more questions of yourself and others. When faced with a new concept, resist the urge to dismiss it. Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this?" If someone shares a perspective different from yours, explore it with openness rather than defensiveness. Curiosity isn't about proving yourself right. It's about discovering something new. Engage in activities that stimulate your mind. Try reading books outside your usual genres, attending workshops, or exploring hobbies that challenge you. For example, if you've always been drawn to art but never tried it, pick up a paintbrush. If you're fascinated by another culture, learn its language or history. These endeavors enrich your understanding of the world and make you a more dynamic and engaging person. Incorporate curiosity into your daily interactions. When speaking with someone, ask questions that go beyond the surface. What inspired you to choose that path? Or, what's a recent experience that changed your perspective? This habit not only deepens your connections, but also opens your mind to new ideas and possibilities. Lifelong curiosity also makes you adaptable. When faced with uncertainty, curiosity replaces fear with fascination. Imagine being in a foreign city where nothing is familiar. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you approach it with curiosity, seeking to learn its customs, language, and rhythms. This mindset transforms challenges into adventures and helps you thrive in any environment. Ask yourself, when was the last time I allowed myself to be truly curious? How can I bring that sense of wonder into my life today? By embracing lifelong curiosity, you invite growth, creativity, and connection into your life. Curiosity is magnetic because it signals an open heart and an active mind. It draws people toward you, eager to share their own knowledge and experiences. As you nurture this trait, you'll find that it doesn't just enhance your relationships. It transforms your entire approach to life, making each day richer and more fulfilling. 11. Emotional resilience. Let this final trait anchor you, not just as a tool for personal growth, but as a source of inspiration for others. Resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about rising, stronger and more compassionate with every challenge you face. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. What sets magnetic individuals apart is their emotional resilience, the ability to remain steady during turmoil, adapt to change, and grow stronger from adversity. This trait is deeply magnetic because it inspires confidence and comfort in others. People are drawn to those who can weather life's storms with grace, providing stability in an ever-changing world. Imagine a single parent who loses their job unexpectedly. Instead of succumbing to despair, they focus on finding solutions, exploring new opportunities, leaning on their community for support, and remaining positive for their children. Their resilience not only ensures their own survival, but also inspires those around them to face challenges head-on. In a community setting, consider residents recovering from a natural disaster. Amidst the chaos, one individual organizes relief efforts, encourages collaboration, and maintains hope. Their resilience becomes a rallying point, motivating others to contribute and rebuild together. Emotional resilience also transforms relationships. Picture a couple facing long-distance separation. Rather than letting the distance weaken their bond, they focus on communication, support each other's goals, and find creative ways to stay connected. Their strength reinforces their relationship, serving as a model for others. How do you cultivate emotional resilience? Start with reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. When faced with adversity, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I emerge stronger? Adopting this mindset shifts your focus from the problem to potential solutions, fostering hope and determination. Self-care is another cornerstone of resilience. A well-rested, nourished mind and body are better equipped to handle stress. Practice mindfulness through meditation, journaling, or simply taking time to breathe deeply. These habits create mental clarity and emotional reserves, allowing you to navigate difficulties with composure. Connection is equally vital. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you. Share your struggles with trusted friends or mentors. It's not a sign of weakness, but a step toward gaining perspective and support. Finally, embrace imperfection. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding failure, but learning from it. A resilient person knows that setbacks are inevitable and chooses to rise each time they fall. For instance, an entrepreneur whose first business fails may analyze what went wrong, refine their strategy, and try again. Their ability to persist, despite setbacks, becomes a source of admiration and inspiration. Reflect. How do I respond when life tests me? Do I let challenges define me, or do I use them as stepping stones toward growth? Emotional resilience is magnetic because it radiates strength, stability, and hope. It shows others that no matter the circumstances, you have the courage to endure and the wisdom to thrive. The 11 traits we've explored, radical authenticity, empathy, thoughtful humor, resilient optimism, quiet confidence, adaptability, integrity, inspiration, articulate communication, curiosity, and emotional resilience, form the blueprint for becoming not only magnetic, but also deeply fulfilled. They empower us to navigate life's complexities with wisdom, grace, and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Meditations, Book 2. Each trait begins within, with the decisions we make and the principles we uphold. Together they create a presence that inspires trust, admiration, and connection. But remember, magnetism is not about performing for others. It's about embracing who you are and growing with intention. These traits are not goals to achieve, but practices to embody daily. Which of these traits do you see reflected in yourself? Which one are you most inspired to cultivate further? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're eager to hear your insights. If this video brought you value, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us spread timeless Stoic wisdom to others. Don't miss the videos linked here for deeper insights. Together, let's continue this journey toward personal growth and meaningful connection. See you in the next video.